Hello everyone, welcome to... Oh, whoops, mic's over here. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena, and today we're going to be continuing our series on updating the Precons. I'm actually quite tempted to call it Pimp My Precon, but... it kind of rhymes actually, it makes sense. You let me know if you think it's appropriate or not, or if it's fine to go with it. But we'll just go with upgrading the Precons for now. So this last time we went through Starry Eye, the white-blue enchantment constellation style deck. Now we're going to go through Blue-Black, and they seem to have designed it as a mutate deck. Normally we would associate mutate with green and blue, or even green and white, or green and black. Here we get blue and black. So not much in the way of ramping, but we do have powerful effects here. So let's start off with 3 mysterious eggs, because they kind of need something on the download to mutate into. Other options include Polywog Symbiote, which is probably one of the best cards to have. Boot Nipper, generally for Death Touch and or Lifelink. No, Death Touch or Lifelink. If you want to make it end Lifelink, just cast them Unexpected Fans to get the Lifelink counter. There's 2 copies of Eliminate if you need it. Tome Raider, just basic +1+, just basic draw a card, but otherwise it's flying, which is actually quite good. So our key cards here are Sea Dasher, Octopus, Dirge Bat, Insatiable Hemophage, Pouncing Shore Shark, Archipelagore, Chittering Harvester, Dreamtail Heron. Now, I originally thought this would be great as a flash style deck, but it's not really so much flash. There are a few flash effects, Pouncing Shore Shark being the probably the second best one to say Dirge Bat. Sea Dasher, Octopus, we've been trying to get this to work. It usually works if we make the whole deck a flash deck. As it is, it's gonna take a lot of changes to get there. We'll see if we can do it cheaply. It's a shame that the Blue-Black Nightbonder, which makes our flash spells cheaper, also happens to be human, so we're not quite mutating onto that. But otherwise, we get the Drain effect from Insatiable Hemophage. We get the powerful Sacrifice effect from Chittering Harvester. There's an Archipelagore to tap stuff down, and this stacks very well. So we usually use this one to get the one last big hit. So we have an Atris to generate some card advantage. Unfortunately, it's a human, so we're not exactly going to mutate onto this, which is a shame. Menace is actually quite a good target. Have an Underworld Sentinel. This one, I believe, is from the Planeswalker deck, or one of the really cheap precons from Terra's Beyond Death. This one's pretty much here for when your mutate cards inevitably get answered. This is a way to get some of them back. It's a way to generate late game advantage. Lockmere Serpent, nice flash cards. It's actually a nice nice late game target on as well. Also, just inevitability. Massacre Worm, this one's our main sweeper. As far as removal is concerned, we literally just have Eliminate, Massacre Worm, Dirge Bat. Actually, not so bad, but not so great either. We have some cheap spells in Rookie Mistake, which I believe is a rookie mistake to put in, and there's a Stern Dismissal. Well, as usual, we'll give this deck a try. We'll see how well it goes. Yeah, it's kind of hot here. I'm not thinking of turning it on the AC. Again, we're going standard 2021 play. We'll give it a few shots with the regular Mutation Station. Then, after a few rounds, we'll try to edit it in version 2. We'll see how it goes. We'll use this moment right now to learn what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, what are our opportunities, what are the threats against us. We'll also learn how many people actually play standard 2021 play and or ranked. But generally, we should be getting more people onto it. In fact, they now have if you go to deck building, they now have an option to select for post rotation. So kind start. It's bad if we draw a lot of black cards, but otherwise we're just 1 mana away from Dreamtail Heron. We can kind of draw with the Tome Raider. We'll go with this one for now. Okay. So definitely the first thing we're gonna do is fix that mana base. 4 copies of Fabled Passage. We don't need this until much later, so... I will give that Rookie Mistake can protect against some... Oh, this is Dogs and or Winota, so that might be an interesting issue. Okay, we got our Dirge Bat, so we just need another Black Source for that. We'll go Tomb Raider first since we... Okay, getting there. Getting there. So next turn, opponent probably starts dumping dogs. Yeah, we want to get the... At least we can get the Chittering... Okay, opponent does have a Winota. Let's see what our opponent takes off the top. Another Winota, so... I guess we just take the 6. Unfortunately, we're a bit late to the party here. So we'll mutate onto this. Now, this is not a dog, so we're actually gonna just attack with the Tomb Raider for now. Our opponent might have removal, which would be annoying, though it would give us an upper. So opponent's gonna try to flip again. Let's see what they hit this time. They hit Alpine Houndmaster, so no trigger. Does get his cards. We can threaten. We can just threaten to block Winota. Opponent probably has a pump effect or removal. Ember Cleave. Okay, so that's where we're weak. And we're taking way too much damage now. So we can't go Dirge Bat yet. We can go Chittering Harvester, but we're still probably dead to this one here. So what have we learned? We need to have much better responses than we need to have much better responses than this. So yeah, I think this is quite good game. Our opponent has 2 threats they can drop. They can tutor something up. We're down for 10 damage. If we block, we don't get anything. Yeah, let's concede here. The Ember Cleave was really bad for us there. So we're not quite the mid-range. We need to have more removal. The eliminates are not enough. Pouncing Shore Shark, that would have been great. Let's bump that up. Let's bump that one up. Yeah, we should have plenty of options there. We'll probably add Murderous Riders. That's also a very good target for Mutate, actually. Also, when you consider that when that Mutate pile dies, they all go to the bottom of the library to kind of draw again, it's reasonable. So here we have no action whatsoever. We do have some removal. I'm gonna mulligan this. Okay, this is better. So we're gonna keep this. I probably bin the Boot Nipper. So we're gonna try to go for... Okay, this time it's Knights. I think we're just getting all the aggro decks out right now. So we'll definitely play Symbiote turn 2. Beautiful Knight. I think our... Well, this might actually just be direct... Oh, Massacre Worm would be a massacre if we get that to land. So probably Heron first into Hemophage if our opponent doesn't have an answer to this. If our opponent does have an answer, then we start seeing the weaknesses of this deck. Yep. Like if you can't land an early creature, these guys are just gonna get stranded. And what do we have? A 3-drop and a 4-drop. And now we're just getting beaten for 4 damage a turn. So we need more resilient. This is why the green is the popular color here. Paradise Druid, built-in hexproof. Barkhide Troll kinda has hexproof. We're a long ways away from this. I guess we just drop this one. It's still a 3/3 anyway. Yeah, missing... Opponent pacifies, so... We're down 7 damage. I think that should be it. That should be game already. Only because I can't see my life total. Okay, we're not dead yet. Opponent plays another Youthful Knight. Okay. Yeah, but we're very dead at this point. We have no way of blocking enough creatures. So we're starting to see the cracks here. We need ways to protect that symbiote. Rookie mistake. It's cheap, but it's probably the worst way to protect, I guess. And what did we gain? 2 life. So not enough to. Yeah, no, even just 1 life. So not enough. So yeah, it's a good game. I guess we could have just gone Shore Shark instead. Block. We would still be dead at 4. So we need to have ways to control the early game. We don't exactly have to mutate immediately, but we need to make sure we don't get run over early. So what are the spells we're looking for? Black has a sweeper that can also take out Planeswalker loyalty counters. That's a good choice. Heartless Act or Eliminate. I think Eliminate should be fine. Brazen Borrower is actually a very good mutate target. It's also an early bounce spell. That one helps. So, okay, turn 1. We're not gonna do turn 1. I guess we can do turn 1 egg. Reason being, we're gonna do turn 2 symbiote, turn 3 symbiote. That makes everything cheap enough. Opponent's actually playing also in the mutate, but this time it's 3 color. This is the usual way it's done. So opponent's most likely gonna mutate into a Migratory Greathorn at this rate. So, yep, there you go. We could just block with the egg. Opponent's just unloading all their lands. So yeah, rookie mistake. Not gonna do us any good in this case. The Boot Nipper might. Let's just take the hit for now. We're definitely playing this one so we can get this one cheap. So it's modified to. Oh, we can cast it. I think we can cast. Yeah, we can cast it next turn if nothing happens to our symbiotes. So yeah, we'll just swing with this one. If something happens to our symbiotes, then we're gonna have to wait a turn. Opponent's probably gonna just stack. Oh, he does the same thing too. Okay, so there might be a benefit to the Mysterious Egg after all. Taking it 4. It's a good thing we didn't try to block. Okay, Massacre Worm's Massacre Worm's nice, but it feels like a long ways away. And we get to discard 2, so draw. Yeah, we'll discard the Rookie Mistake. Draw. We're close to Massacre Worm. We'll discard the Boot Nipper. Over. And we got more advantage off that than our opponent did. Well, but our opponent's leading on lands. They're ramping way too fast. Opponent concedes because yeah, they kind of stacked everything onto that one card. Chittering Harvester is a very good out if our opponent goes tall, so we'll keep that. I think that count is correct. You don't want to have too many copies. It's not easy. We just happen to have the 2 symbiotes, otherwise we would not be mutating it on time. So yeah, I think we can still do about a few more games. It's not like we're we're taking a long time on them. We're kind of either winning quickly or losing quickly. Darn, something stuck on my teeth. Hold on a second. You can still see me from here. Hold on. How do I get that? Yikes! I just realized that this camera has a very wide view angle. You can even see all the stuff I dumped on here because I was just working out a while ago. Okay, back to the game. So we do have lands, but it's scary because if we don't draw, it'll take us a while just to even get anything going. I'm gonna mulligan. You really want to have at least 3 lands. This one's keepable. Yikes. Not liking where this is going. We did have that fairy for card draw. Perhaps there are other options we can use. Agonizing Remorse, we're most likely gonna lose Atris. There you go. Yeah, this is the kind of this is the kind of control card I really would like. As it is, our opponent playing mono black control is going to be a problem for us. This is the Fire Action Swamp, right? Should be. So interestingly enough, next turn I can, if our opponent doesn't attack our hand again, I can just play the Shore Shark end of turn, then mutate on top of it. Opponent feels like they're playing mono black. It's just mono black into Solemn Simulacrum. Okay. So this is mono black ramp. So I'm guessing there will be Massacre Worms in my future. Bit of a shame. I have to take. I can Stern Dismissal if I need to. Yeah. I just realized that if you're not mutating these are very expensive. We're really just curious to see what our opponent plays next. They probably have a removal spell, which is a problem. They're kind of expecting it. Falmar Knight, draw a card, lose a life. 3 mana. Okay. If our opponent has the removal for this, they have... Oh, they don't. Okay. Then, interestingly enough... So, return target creature... Okay, we'll return the Solemn Simulacrum because that only nets. Then he sacks that. Opponent sacks that. We have a Stern Dismissal, which is... I would prefer an Unsummon because we kind of want to actually protect our own creatures. We don't just want to bounce our opponent's stuff. I think the Unsummons in the set we can protect. Because if our opponent removes this Extinction Event, can't be helped, and we lose both. And Underworld Sentinel's not getting that back. Yeah, Stern Dismissal, it's good, but we need one that can actually protect our own stuff. It has to go both ways. That kind of means Brazen Borrower might not be enough either. Yeah, it looks like our opponent's at mono black control, and we've been controlled really hard. That was heartless. Yeah, the inability to protect our own stuff is a problem. We actually want to protect our own stuff more, so Stern Dismissal, not so great. Now we have 2. Opponent's sitting high on a lot of mana. I'm curious what our opponent's up to. I hope this is not just the kill everything and I'll beat target player. Okay, Loses 7 life. I see the combo now. Our opponent is supposed to assemble it on us, so here comes the Underworld Dreams. Then they probably have to peer into the abyss for us next turn. Return target creature or enchantment. Okay, that might save us. Okay, I might have been too. So I'm actually gonna hold on this. I'm gonna wait for our opponent to cast Peer first. Which means we take a little damage, can't be helped. So the trick is I need to bounce this while Peer into the Abyss is on the stack. And I'm assuming our opponent has a way to respond, so it's good, actually kind of good in this case that we have both. Under normal circumstances, I probably would still prefer to protect my stuff because now we have... We'll see if we can get out of this. Opponents, yeah, drawing that many cards means it's hard to decide what to snipe. Okay, okay, take the hit. So the trick is opponent gain some life. He wants a agonizing remorse, so we'll let that resolve. Let our opponent take the 1 damage. He most likely takes out 1 stern dismissal. So it's a good thing we actually have 2, otherwise I would be forced to cast it. Yeah, that would be fine. There's 1 down. But it does mean if our opponent has a second Underworld Dreams, yeah, we're gonna have to bounce this one. Probably should have just bounced it in anyway. But it would have still been net the same. We would have lost the other one. At least our opponent's 1 mana shy. No. I could have also done it end of turn. That said, we're not out of the woods yet. Our opponent could also have the option of hitting us with a Grey Merchant. Yeah, this one's not going good. We have to assume we have no way of taking any of these out. That was worth a shot. We've only won 1 game only because we've been able to answer our opponent's single threat. But otherwise, it's not quite there yet. I don't think this deck was interesting in that event, but it's not ready for prime time as it is. It needs to do more. So what are our key focal points? Hand attack would be 1. I really want to make it into a flash deck, let's be honest. Okay, so Stern Dismissal, Polywog. Yeah, this is that's mulligan. This is better. We probably have to keep these 2, so I'm gonna bin 1 Harvester. Yeah, turn 2 Boot Nipper's okay. Yeah, so we want to be able to have some control effects. So Polywog. Sure. Because Polywog, if our opponent doesn't have an answer, we can cast Chittering Harvester, fine. Opponent's on the same plan too, though. So... if we can hit another land, I will feel safe playing the other Polywog. I have to assume our opponent's going to be able to snipe this one. Also, that unless we can draw another Mutate effect, we're not going to be sniping any of these anytime soon. It looks like Mutate is only working against the other Mutate decks. But as far as everything else goes, yeah, we need to be more control heavy. There's an Insatiable Hemiphage, so we'll lose some life. Actually, it's just we'll lose 1. Oh, opponent bins the Gem Razor, which is very concerning. Okay, so there's an Atris, not what I want, but we have to play this one anyway. Let's make sure we can get Chittering Harvester on the table, even if we don't draw another mana, provided our opponent. Migratory Greathorn, okay, that's fine, but you're still gonna be so we're still gonna be very behind here. We're down quite a lot of life actually. And also Eliminate's actually not gonna hit any of these. Okay, we gain a little life. We mutate. Okay, so we're looking for another mutate effect. Eliminate. Okay, we bin the Boot Nipper. Massacre Worm. Let's keep the Atris. Yeah, we kind of have Atris, so we'll keep it there. Because our opponent's probably going to sack this one. Yeah, Eliminate not so great here because by the time we get hit rotation, the only 3 mana Planeswalker we're going to be really concerned with is Basriket, and so far no deck's been resolved around that one. I'm trying to remember if there's another 3 mana Planeswalker that will survive rotation. Royal Science will survive rotation. Oko is already banned. Nope. Terras beyond that, all of them are like 4 or greater. Yeah, it's 4, 4, and 5. So we might 9, 8, 7. Actually, yeah. So provided we can hit an answer, we're fine. If we can't hit an answer, we're dead. And Eliminate's not gonna cut it. We'll drop Atris. If our opponent gets one more mutate, we're in trouble. So we need to up the density of mutates. So opponent's giving us the Pouncing Shore Shark, which I have to take. Okay, good. We ditched the 2 lands, so also, oh yikes. If our opponent names even, we lose. There will be no creature left for us. Also, if our opponent hits a very good, like say, Ossesh Batra. Okay, so we lose the Chittering Harvester. Opponent puts in the bottom, which is interesting, but yeah, we're dead anyway. That's too slow. So, okay, we've learned enough. Yeah, Eliminate is not so great anymore. We're gonna cut that one. Heartless Act probably works fine for that. Yeah, so we're going to update this deck. This one is really not good. So right off the bat, we'll start with the mutate stuff. Let's up the symbiote. We're going to actually cut the eggs. Let's cut the Boot Nippers. Let's cut the Unexpected Fangs. Yeah, if you want a 1-drop that helps, I would rather just take the Zagot Mamba, though it's in black. We would be leaning more towards black than blue if we do this. I guess we can do that. Let's lean more that way. So we'll up 1 Sea Dasher Octopus because that's rare. Let's cut the Tomb Raiders. Definitely want to up. Yeah, we want to up the Dirge Bat also. Cavern Whisper is also plausible. It's actually a good way to control, and it also provides menace. So but then again, Hemophage is cheaper. So let's add the Hemophage. We'll add 1 more Shore Shark. We'll keep the Archipelago at 1, though I can see a reason for having 2. So we'll start with that for now. I probably want to add even... Actually, we want to add one more Shore Shark. So that's it for the mutate portion. We also... now we need early... We need either good early creatures or good early spells. And I need to specify that we're doing this post-rotation. All the decks we're going to do are post-rotation, so... Let's see. Secret Keeper. So okay, first off, nope, Unsummon was in the previous set, so we're gonna need a different kind of bounce spell. Let's see. Essence Scatter kind of counts. Hypnotic Sprite. Not so great. Fairy Vandal, but we're not exactly drawing cards. Fae of Wishes. It's an early drop, which you don't have to cast early if you don't want to. Riddle Form, interesting, but no. Shackle Guys can only block creatures with flying. This might actually bite us. This might actually bite back. Okay, so blue doesn't have much. There is a Brazen Borrower, so yeah, we'll add one of those for the time being, because that's a mythic. Okay, let's take a look at black. Falmar Knight's an option, because you can use it. You can use the draw card half if you're not going to attack. Oh yeah, I did say we want hand control, so Agonizing Remorse is pot. I'm gonna first add Heartless Act. We're gonna remove the 2 eliminates. We'll also remove the 2 rookie mistakes. Add the 3rd Heartless Act. And I did say that we want the sweeper style effect, so well, call will always miss. We do want a Murderous Rider at least, so let's cut the stern dismissals as well. Yeah, Pestilent Haze, this is something you want. We'll cut the Underworld Sentinel, probably add another Murderous Rider for that effect. The Massacre Worm, we're leaning more towards black, so we have a better chance of casting it. Atris, yeah, being a human sometimes makes it a dud, so I'm actually going to cut it, even though it generates cards. So we're going to add the Pestilent. Well, actually, you can add Pestilent Haze, or we can add Extinction Event. This is our other sweeper example. We just have to be careful on our own side, but if our opponent's doing a lot of their stuff early, we can get away with this. So we'll cut 2 of those. We probably are 26 lands. Wow, that's a lot. So I'm going to cut 2 of them, and we're going to add. Yeah, and also note our curve is off the charts. Like, sure, with Mutate we could slide a bunch of them down, but our two is very. We don't have much in the 2-drop slot, so we're going to go back and look for some good 2-drops. Mire Triton is plausible. It's a way to gain life. Getting cards in the graveyard is not exactly a priority for us. Black lands. Yeah, we can get. I'll do 1 Agonizing Remorse, 3 Heartless Acts, 2 Murderous Riders, 2 Extinction Events, though I think we could cut this down to 1. Again, creatures, we do have quite a bit of creatures, but a lot of them are very expensive. Even the Massacre Worm might not fit here. We might be better off with something cheap. Yeah, Falmar Knight's actually looking pretty good. As I said, the other option we can do is we can shift this more towards flash, so Slither Wisp, which is a very good target. Cunning Nightbounder is another way to get Pouncing Shore Shark and Dirge Bat to go down in cost. Also Sea Dasher Octopus. Devourer of Memory, we're not exactly quite mill, but this is also a nightmare. We can also take advantage of that. If the Mutate plan fails, we can shift towards this one. But we're going to try to make the Mutate plan work first. So we're going to bump up these temples. Gonna cut down 2 Dismal Backwaters, and as I didn't realize I've been playing so long enough that I got most of the temples ready. And 4 Fabled Passage. So as far as lands go, there we go, 6 and 8. We are leaning more towards black. That's kind of the plan. Let's apply styles. Yeah, we're just crafting an additional uncommon, so that's fine. So we'll see if this version works. Otherwise, we're gonna make even more cuts as we go along. And as usual, it's raining very hard outside. Oh wait, I forgot to say how do I feel about this deck. Or at least put something so that I can at least tell the difference between these decks. I guess instead of Massacre Worm, we could... another thing we could do is actually put Ashiok, because it's 1 mana less. It actually creates creatures we can mutate onto. And we're not exactly that dependent on the sweeper effect. Actually, yeah, now that you mention it, this might be a good time for that Planeswalker to shine. It's also a way to... It's also an additional answer if we have to. So let's make that change. And yeah, let's make sure I don't get tempted by a lot of other cards. Yeah, so we're gonna sub out the Massacre Worm for that. So here we go. Let's see if things look up better or worse, or well, if I lose power, you're not gonna see me. You're not gonna see this video, but heck, yeah, rain's a bit on the hard end here. Despite that, I'm still sweating like heck. So we have a Temple of Deceit, which can kind of draw us into mana. Let's give this one a try. I want to play the Temple first. Okay, we got another land, so let's draw that, then let's play Fabled Passage next turn. Opponent. Okay, this is okay, this is very big. Also not liking the idea that I have to play the Insatiable Hemophage as... Woo! Opponent might just cycle their way through this. Yeah, let's sack. I kinda need another swamp anyway. If this were historic, we'd be looking at a Nimble Obstructionist to counter that effect. Okay, next turn, Insatiable Hemophage. Or if our opponent drops a bunch of stuff, we can Extinction Event first. Then we can Flash Pouncing Shore Shard. Oh, opponent's going for the double green. Wolf Willow Haven, ramp. This is the third time our opponent's... Did they just literally keep a hand of all... Did they just literally keep a hand of all Yidaro all the time? Okay, we'll play the Zagat Mamba first. And let's mutate on top of it just to keep it alive. Or at least make our opponent have something expensive if they want to take it. At the very least, it means our opponent doesn't cycle Yidaro for the... What the heck? Did our opponent literally just drew all 4 Yidaros? So we'll take that hit. Something's very fishy here. Our opponent just cycled Yidaro 4 times on the clock. Quartzwood Crasher doesn't have haste. I'm actually tempted to take another 8 damage and... Nah. Okay, so yeah, definitely taking action. Bounce that back. Opponent's gonna have to take a while to cycle it. We're gonna bounce this one. Now, depending on our opponent's mana situation, we can yeah, this one only doesn't protect our stuff either, so our opponent's more incentivized to hit their burn spell, but so far they have the oh, they're ramping. Okay. Just making sure. So we definitely want to hit Hemophage next turn. I think this is an Iron Crag ramp style deck. So cycle again. Okay. The drain is the important part. One still gets to draw a card. Thankfully, there is red cap melee, which please don't have red cap melee. We literally. Yeah, literally surviving off a single creature. Wow, that I did not expect that to happen. I think, and that surviving, well, it was scary. Our opponent was technically still doing something, even was drawing cards, and we practically did nothing on our first few turns, so that was a concern also. But we survived the Yadaro. We survived multiple Yadaros. Yeah, protecting our own creatures is gonna be the issue. Unfortunately, the best protection spell, Lazata Plating, is gonna rotate out, so that's not an option for us. Maybe Zendikar Rising has something that will give hexproof, or some sort of protection at least. Okay, so we got multiple temples, so we can scry into something at least for the first 2 turns. So what are we looking for? Another. Yeah, we're gonna run these 2 scries out first. If we can draw a few extra lands, that's fine. Okay, there's a Zagat Mamba. Agonizing Remorse. I think I'm okay with taking the Agonizing Remorse, because I want to see what our opponent has in their hand. This could just be aggro again, which it's actually still aggro. At least it's not the burn style aggro. This could be +1/+1 counters, so we might have an advantage at least. Scavenging Ooze. Okay, he's gonna have 3 mana. These will take a while, so we're gonna take out Basric Head.
Fall back.
Opponent can start eating our graveyard for all we care. Yeah, but we need to hit another mana. Maybe I should not have. Actually, no. That was still technically a correct keep. Okay, good. So we now have Shore Shark as an option. Another mana gives us Chittering Harvester. In fact, over. So we get 2 triggers. The bounce trigger on the Stone Coil, the removal trigger on the Scavenging Ooze. Yes, let's make our opponent recast that. Now, Archipelago is very expensive to bring down. Opponent might go for Basri's Lieutenant? No, Stone Coil Serpent X4. Yeah, I'm using the Murderous Rider. One, it forces our opponent to start dropping these 1:1. We can still bounce it. Yeah, Heartless Axe not gonna hit this because of the counter, but we do have the alternate plan of playing Murderous Rider. Nah. Let's just mutate this. Bounce it. Let's get it out of the way. I don't like stacking well, neither did our opponent, they conceded, but I don't like the idea of stacking everything here. Opponent's probably gonna start putting Banishing Lights in their deck. So, Heartless Act... Yeah, it's still quite conditional. It didn't work out in this case. We need to explore what are our 2 mana removal options. Eliminate would not have worked there either. So, what's our option for 2 mana removal spell? Cruel Cut, no. Grasp of Darkness, no, that's very hard on our base. Liliana's nope. Liliana's Triumph is not available to us. Yeah, let's clear that up. Easy Prey, no, that would not have worked either. It's basically Reef Soul or Epic Downfall, which means our best spell is still Heartless Act until Zendikar comes out. Oh well, fine, we'll stick with the Heartless Act for now. The lack of card draw is also an issue I feel right now. I would like to run more Herons, but those are kind of competing with the Pouncing Shore Sharks, and that the Shore Shark actually helps us, if not win more games, not die. So I don't really like this keep. Sure, we can flash the Sea Dasher Octopus. Okay, so this is an artifact style deck running off Tassos Oracle. Brazen Borrower and Baron are going to be the big problems. I'm going to take out Baron because that feels like the card draw engine. Opponent could just drop a Corridor Monitor. No, you're going straight for Tassos Oracle. So we're definitely Sea Dasher up. We're knocking on wood for 1 more land. Still knocking on wood for 1 more land. Extinction Event is a good option too. In fact, if our opponent can... Tassos Oracle will take the hit. Might play Corridor Monitor. No Corridor Monitor. Okay. Let's see if our opponent has a counter spell. Nope, but they can bounce. So we'll swing first, see if our opponent's... Opponent probably just bounces it, which is fine because we're kind of on a standstill right now anyway. Yeah, our opponent's incentivized to cast stuff, so I want them to cast first. Here comes the Arcanist Owl, so it's basically artifact synergy. They whiff though, so that's fine. It's a 2 and a 4, so I'm still willing to drop the Sea Dasher Octopus. Still hoping for that 1 more mana so we can... Nope. There's a Zagot Mamba. Yikes. So no attacks. But we're still missing 1 more mana. Because our opponent could just attack. Let's start drop. Oh, Gadwig. Draws a card. And just mono blue Devotion, eh? The mana's... The mana. Maybe 24 lands is too much. Let's cut 1. Let's add one more. Okay, wow, super ramp. That's gonna be one big Gadwick if it hits. So this is a full tree. Yeah, we have to do this one because we need the toughness boost. Okay, there's a Heartless Act. That's an option. So our opponent is going to is going to tap for a ton of mana. Like this is 9. This like 27 something mana. This might be a Folio Fancy style deck. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Okay, we'll take the hit. Opponent's gonna tap for a million mana. Well, not double digits. No, opponent's holding back. We're gonna swing first. Oh, opponent's gonna cast Brazen Borrower. So, which allows us to... Pouncing Shore Shark is 4 mana. Heartless Act. Actually, fine. Let's let that resolve. And then we'll hold before. We will attack with Zagot Mamba. Pouncing Shore Shark. Mutate. So mutate over. So we will bounce. We'll bounce the owl because that then and nuke the borrower. So we got some damage through at least. We did run out of mutate effects, but let's see, this is a 5, this is a 5. Oh, we can just name even and wipe out at least the Oracle and Gadwick. No, we won't wipe out Gadwick. Okay, but this way, if our opponent say goes for like multiple corridor, oh, there's a Tasa also. I actually want our opponent to cast Tasa. There's the Tasa. Okay, sure. But because now that it's a creature, it's vulnerable to Extinction Event. Corridor Monitor, untap. Okay. Yeah, so we can Extinction, Heartless Act, take our opponent down to... Yeah, because these are they're all except one are conveniently even. Opponent should tap for mana first if he's tapping. Or, okay, 13 mana down plus can go for 25. Tap another target. Oh, he's not gonna spend it here. Okay. This is gonna take a while. I'm actually very curious what our opponent's big spell is. It's probably a Folio. I'm trying to think what's possible big blue X spell. It can't be Expansion Explosion. One, because that's not in this set, but even then I don't see a red source. I think it is Folio Fancies, unless I'm missing something. Magic. What big spell? What big spell? What big spell does not get played but will get played soon? Also, it's not helping our opponent with card draw. Another Gadwick. He's unloading for sure. Draw 17 cards. Oh, Mass Manipulation. Wait, no, that's not here either. It can't be Agent of Treachery either, so it's neither Mass Manipulation or Agent. I'm trying to think of as much broken stuff as possible. They all just happen to not be in this rotation. Or it could just be our opponent trying to dig into a Thassa's Oracle. They're right now X equals 14. Another corridor monitor. Yeah, I think our opponent's just going for Thassa's Oracle at this rate. Like, just some... Like, there's enough mana for multiple Arcanus Owl. Yeah, that's probably the only... Yeah, Gadwick just to draw a ton of cards. Our opponent might cast another Gadwick again into Thassa's Oracle at this rate. Yeah, this is enough to draw... Well, be careful. But yeah, I think our opponent wins this one just off the back of Thassa's Oracle. Yeah, there you go. X equals 13. Then they will have enough... Yeah, they have the Thassa's Oracle. That's a good game. Yeah, so they... So darn. We had a way to blow them out. And yeah, exactly 15 cards. Oh, if X is greater? Oh wait, 17. Yeah, it's greater. There you go. Yeah. So, whoo. Yeah, I'm not that mad considering. Yeah, we could use more effects. Mutate is not a cheap effect. That's probably the weakness of Mutate. It's just not cheap. Now that I think of it, we might have enough flash effects. I could just add the Slither Wisp. Like, let's cut the Agonizing Remorse. Like, I have 2 Slither Wisp right now. I can... Let's just add these 2 for now. I'd probably cut one... Okay. I probably cut one Insatiable Hemophage because the Pouncing Shore Shark is more important to us. If this starts panning out, we will want to have more flat. We will lean more towards the flash effects, so that would mean more Sea Dasher Octopi, more Dirge Bats, though that's very expensive. Waste to ramp mana. Yeah, that Nyx Lotus was some. Yeah, that was a real big clue. Okay, we can't keep this. Technically, we can because it's Baby Godzilla then Hemophage next turn. But if our opponent answers this, we've got nothing. Okay, this is better. We still barely have anything, but... We'll go temples. We'll start digging for stuff. At least we have 1 removals. Okay, we'll keep the Extinction Event. So next turn... Yeah, let's get these temples out of the way. Dreamtail Heron's a good one. So next turn I might even play both Zagot and Baby Godzilla. Blacklands Paragon. Opponents on the aggro plan. So worst case scenario, next turn we just Extinction Event or Murderous Rider. We'll take the... We'll offer the trade. One has a Standard Bearer. Okay. So 3 mana. Okay. Okay. Discard that swamp. Over. Okay, not bad. Worst case scenario, our opponent has an answer to the Dreamtail Heron. We probably just Murderous Rider and stuff. Opponent could just be, well, it's looking like Black Flash. It's not necessarily Black Knights. In fact, Standard Bearer is a good fit here. It's also a Flash. It wants our creatures to die though, which is kind of awkward. Oh, it's Adventure. Adventure Knights would Smith and Swordmaster. X equals 2. So we're down to 14. Yeah, I want our opponent to start unloading stuff, but I'm afraid our opponent's going to start drawing cards off this. And this is odd also, which is, yeah, going to be very odd. No. Let's swing first. Let's see what our opponent's going to do, because we have multiple options between the Slither Wisp, the Murderous Rider. I don't like the idea of stacking everything up here too early. Here comes the Falmar Knight, so draw a card. Place the Knights. Draws a card. 2 mana left. Could be a removal spell. We're gonna discard the second baby, put it under. We're gonna snipe the Smith and Swordmaster because that one's even. These are odd. Let's hope we're not. Yeah, I just opened ourselves up to a Heartless Act, which is a big problem. But at least we can retaliate with Extinction Event. Nope, Order of Midnight gets that back. Yeah, I guess we just Extinction the... Oh wait, no, we can't. We made a mistake. We were supposed to put the bat on top. And this one is... Oh! We do it next turn. Oh, we got bat again. So we're... I guess we discard Slither Wisp. Put it over. Destroy target creature. Okay, let's just destroy this. And yeah, this is even. These are odd. Now we did open ourselves to getting blown out here, but we at least still have other options. Yeah, Slither Wisp would have had its day, just not today. Opponent's now gonna start playing... playing these out. Okay, just really currying a lot of favor. We're down to... we're still at 11 life. So, I know our opponent can't block, but our opponent can't do anything, so we're actually gonna just mutate onto this. Draw, we will discard the land. Over. So, destroy. Destroy. And we have a Brazen Borrower to take out our opponent's next king. Opponents really should have a removal spell by now. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to now hits it. Goes down to 2 for all that effort. Cast Murderous Rider. You know what? I'm gonna bounce the Murderous Rider. Wait. Our opponent might have life gain, so that might not be such a great idea. So I'm actually gonna pass. Because if our opponent play the Zagat Mamba, hold the land in case. Because if our opponent doesn't hold up anything to block flyers, I just drop Brazen Borrower. That's it. Reaper of Night. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Sure. Resolve. We'll discard this and this. Then if our opponent makes us discard again, we just bounce the Murderous Rider. Deathless Knight. Sure. I like the concept. And we'll take the hit, so our opponent goes up to 4. But thankfully, Brazen Bar, that's just enough power. Okay, so we're doing much better now. I like this streamlined version. Slither Wisp still yet to prove itself, but I know it's only a matter of time. I don't want to shift it towards a full flash deck, though that is not a bad idea. And yeah, I guess that's it. It also turns out we end up playing much longer games as a result. So there we go. That's and we're close to our 1 hour already. So yeah, that's my take on Mutation Station version 2. So yeah, let's edit that deck. So do check it out in the link in the description. So there you go. That's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. This one could still... We could just load up on more rares, but this is basically just a starting point. Don't think of this as a full complete deck. Think of this as something to give us an idea. What are the good cards? What are the not so good cards? What do we keep? What do we cut? And the rest is up to you. As I said, Blue-Black Flash is a reasonable option. You can also do Blue-Black Mill. That one might be plausible too. There's some even good control elements with Drawn in the Lock. But that's something to explore. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great weekend, everyone. Have a nice day.